Hey guys, I just want to take just a few minutes. Yeah, right. Oh, first of all, I am Suzanne Light. I forget that everybody doesn't just immediately know who I am. But if you're happening up on this channel for the first time, I ask you to hang around. I'm talking about a topic, I promise you this is going to be the short version. And then I'm going to do a longer, more detailed version later. But I talked extensively with a friend yesterday, and we talked about forgiveness. And they made me realize that probably a lot of different people have a lot of different perceptions about forgiveness. If they have truly forgiven, if they have not, how it feels, all that. I just want to touch base just for a few minutes today before I delve into a larger lesson that I've been looking at on forgiveness. As I told my friend yesterday, she just kept telling me that it wasn't possible to forgive. And I said, well, you've got to. You've got to, and trust me, I know what it's about to have hard situations to forgive. I really do. I shared some things with her about a time when I forgave somebody in my life for a very, very, very serious betrayal. And they looked at me and said, I haven't done anything to you. That makes you want to slap them. That makes you want to continue to hate them. That makes you not ever want to have forgiveness. But forgiveness, as my pastor told me the next day, he said it wasn't for her. It was for you. It's for you. Forgiveness is for our growth. Forgiveness is for our happiness. Forgiveness enables us to let go of the bondage that unforgiveness has on us. And boy, does it have a hold. Have you ever had your feelings hurt so bad and the other person not even know that they hurt your feelings? That festers and festers and festers. And I've had to extend forgiveness at certain times to people, and they looked at me so shocked that I felt that way or that I had been hurt. They had no clue. But it was killing me. It was eating me up inside. And so when we hold on to hurt, when we hold on to pain, when we hold on to resentment and anger, it harms us so much more, or sometimes totally just us and not the other person. Because sometimes the other person doesn't care. Sometimes the other person doesn't know. Sometimes the other person knows and could care less. But it builds all those things in us. That's the reason forgiveness is not letting that person by for what they've done. Forgiveness is for you saying, I am not going to let this situation control my life any longer. Because it does. You go to bed thinking about it. You wake up thinking about it. If you hear that person's name, if you see that person, if you see a situation similar to it, the devil brings it up. He wants us to live in unforgiveness. He wants us to wallow in it. He wants us to base our whole life on it when it doesn't have to be. See, what unforgiveness does, it keeps you living in the past. And you never get to move forward. And I'm talking about all this anger, all this resentment, all this bitterness that you have built up towards somebody. We are literally giving up our power to that person. Now that's significant, guys. That's huge. That's strong. We are giving up power to that other person. It is so important now that even people that study psychology and do counseling that's not necessarily Christian counseling, we know that God teaches us about forgiveness. But even in the per se secular world, I would say, where God is not even brought into it, it helps you to realize that unforgiveness, it makes you unhealthy. It makes you unhealthy. It's an unhealthy anger. It is literally, and I've used this term so many times, a cancer that continues to grow and grow and grow. I personally have known of people that have walked in bitterness their whole life. It shows on their face. It shows in their physical body. It shows in their health. It shows in their attitude. It shows in what they speak. It shows in what they do. And I don't want to be that. And I've had a lot of people I've had to forgive. And also, it doesn't control us when we forgive, because it allows us to live the life that we choose to live, to go by our philosophy in life and not what another person has done or what another person has done to us. The Bible says in Romans 12, verse 19, "Avenge not yourselves, beloved, but give place unto the wrath of God. For it is written, vengeance belongs to me." You're like, that is not fair. I want vengeance. God's vengeance is so much more than our vengeance. And I'm going to tell you, I truly believe, not always, because it didn't happen in my one particular circumstance, but I believe it can totally change the other person to make them more aware of what they've done, how they've treated people. Sometimes it can not only totally turn your life around, it can that other person's as well. And what a blessing for God to use you as a tool. And look, it's hard to forgive. It's hard. The Bible goes on to say in Romans, if thine enemy hungers, feed him. If he thirsts, give him drink, for in doing so, thou shalt be doing it unto me. So when we're doing that and we're actually doing something to somebody that's hurting us, we're actually doing it unto the Lord. That's powerful. He says, I will recompense, saith the Lord, but if thine enemy hungry, feed him. If he's thirst, give him drink, for in doing so, thou shalt heap coals of fire upon their head. That doesn't mean to burn their brains out. We've said that before in our church realm. Just burn their brains out, heap coals of fire on them. No, that's not what it means. It means he is going to turn to good what they've done to evil to you. He is going to turn for good and make it good what they've done evil to you. Be not overcome of evil or with evil or from evil, but overcome evil with good. And then he says in 1 Peter 5, chapter 7, you cast all your anxieties upon me because I care for you. Now, there's certain things that you need to know. In order for me to make this a quick version, let me tell you quick. First of all, whoever came up with the term forgive and forget is crazy. Crazy. It's not from God. You have a brain that God gave you. I have a good brain, thank God. And when you do something really bad to me, I can forgive you, but am I going to forget it? No. It's going to come up occasionally. So I believe... Well, I'm just not going to forget it, period. So just don't expect me to forget it, okay? When the damage is done, but we can take it in the term of let it go. Forgive and let it go. And let me assure you, as I told my friend yesterday, because my friend is really walking in forgiveness, but had the wrong perception. Because she really has prayed about things, she's given it to the Lord, but because she still remembers it, she thinks that she's not forgiven the person. That's not true. That's not true at all. So the enemy's been trying to sabotage her, thinking that she's not forgiven when she truly has. When we got to talking about it, I said, you have extended forgiveness. It's just not going to be rockets and fireworks going off when you do, okay? It is a process that has to be worked out in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit. And let me tell you this, and I'm going to end with this, I think. Let me tell you this about forgiveness. I personally believe that we have to forgive over and over and over according to the exposure of the damage that's been done to us. If a person has so wrongly hurt you, sometimes you never see that person again, or you walk away from them and you never have to see them again. But what if that person is still in your community, in your family's life? What then? Because when you see a person, sometimes that can be a trigger to bring up that hurt. So this is the reason I believe that we have to walk in progressive healing. When I say progressive, I mean ongoing. Because when we forgive somebody, we really have to mean it. We do it here, we do it here. And then when that hurt flares back up, when we see that person and that sinking feeling rises up in us, or our face turns red, our ears burn, you know what kind of hurt I'm talking about. And we have to see that person. We have to sit in the same area as that person. We may even have to be in church with that person. That's the reason I believe when those feelings, those human feelings come up, we say, not today, devil. I'm walking in forgiveness. This is what I told my friend yesterday. Devil. Devil. See, because the human side of us can dwell and go back. Well, you did this, you did this, you did this. I remember when you said this. I remember when you did this. But the spiritual side of us has to say, not today, devil. No, it's under the blood of Jesus. Greater is he that lives inside of me than he that's bringing this awful memory to me. Not today, devil. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. I no longer dwell there. I'm not going back. That song says, I'm not going back. I won't go back to the place I used to be. I'm not going back there, devil. I'm not going back there. It's just like, oh my gosh, I love this song. It says, I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me. No, I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me. Oh, that's a great song. If y'all don't know, it's called I Won't Go Back. You need to listen to it. Because it says, I've been changed, healed, freed, delivered. Oh, it's so good. So, when I'm walking in forgiveness, and I've got some people that have done some major things to me in the past, I am walking in forgiveness with that person. I am walking in forgiveness with my Father. And I can't go back and undo yesterday. I can't go back and change it. And I've been changed. And you are the same. Oh my gosh, this still ended up being 15 minutes. I can't do a short video. It's not possible. But I'm going to come back. We're going to talk about it some more. But remember, you won't forget. There probably won't be fireworks going off when it happens. You're probably going to remember the stuff again. It's probably going to be thrown up into your memory. But when it is, I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me. Ask forgiveness, extend forgiveness, and walk forward into your future. Stay out of the past. Some of it's kind of crummy, you know. I love you guys. I'll be back with a fuller, more expanded lesson on forgiveness, because we all need it. Let's face it. We are forgiven, and that's the reason that we extend forgiveness, is because God forgives us. I love y'all. Until next time, love you. Bye.